Got a cat who wants to say hello, but we are back with Alan Wake, the second variety. I'm talking to Rose. She's got some splaining to do.
Tor's in the wellness center, isn't he?
No, he's... Well, yes, but you really shouldn't go in there right now.
I'm gonna need you to unlock the door. This is FBI business.
But it's just... There's some things that, Yes, okay. I'll let you in.
Thank you, Rose.
Yay!
Odin said Tor needs help. But from what? Is he turning into a Taken?
We can't find
Watch
us
out.
an aging
The
rocker.
puddles. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
Right. Thanks. That lady is a walking red flag.
Wellness Center is very spooky.
Empty. Be ready, Saga. Hello?
Or friends.
It's Saga Anderson.
Tor Anderson had lightning in his veins. This was rock and roll, baby. That Weaver girl had cast a spell on him. Tor would do anything she'd ask. Tor deserved this. Tor wanted this. She wanted the song. A gift. He had to get it for her. Afterwards, it was too late. Tor swung his hammer in frustration. The spark was gone. Black liquid clogged his mind. A bad trip. Tor fought it. He was strong. He'd never be taken. But the darkness could still drown him. Tor needed to warn someone. It was all happening again. Tom was back. Coming back. Tom would need help too if he was going to make it. But the brothers were too old to stop at this time. Tor had called someone. Someone who could help. The name escaped him. Drowned beneath dark water.
Rias.
Tor was here. He's hurt pretty bad, but he tore off his bandages. Why? Tor is being targeted. He needs help.
I don't have the map yet. Maybe not. And here. Oop, just. The weed room. He loves the weed room. Whoop, let's not overwrite that save. Let's overwrite this save. I really thought there was a map before you into where you need to go. Guess not. Well.
Tor, wait! It's me!
Oh.
Come on.
Tor left the wellness center.
I feel like I'm probably missing stuff, which would have let me lose on that board because I'm also missing that in my other playthrough. I don't know. Come on over here. Buzz. You're on the pad. Take it. Also, I will. Just to free up inventory space, and one painkiller really isn't going to help anybody, so. Bathroom.
This door needs a knob. A security computer.
Oh, look at that puppy. Getting him big yawn.
Day, then month. He uses European formatting.
Oh, you people and your Europeans. You Europeans.
The Koskela brothers aren't just in the cult. They're its damn leaders.
I will say there's an interesting deduction phrasing. You put that in where it says Yako and Ilmo were running the cult, which kind of implies that they currently aren't. It is interesting.
Needs a password. And a warrant, technically. But hey, Desperate times. The computer controls the door that Tor went through.
Okay. Looking forward to something in August, the day after the new moon. Conveniently, calendar here. The day after the new moon would be August 17th, 2020. But because he's a European, 17. 23.
And the doors are open.
Sick of old people tricks.
There's Tor. And he's out of his mind.
Got a hammer, and he's not
Need to
afraid
get
to
to
use it. All right. What's the map to? Here's the doorknob. Back in here. But you need to go really clear out some inputs. I guess it looks like that is exactly what. Oh well. Other way. Okay. Oh no. Dark Place was not a fan of inventory management. Wrong way. Enjoy this man's dog pictures.
Ilmo was nervous. His palms were clammy. He lowered his phone. Mulligan isn't picking up. Yako shook his head, pointed at his own phone. Same with Thornton. Ilmo didn't like it. No one was answering the phone at the workshop in Watery either. Something was up. It had to be the writer. Had to be. The Koskela brothers were crouching in the bushes across from the Elderwood Palace Lodge, its lights shining in the night. They couldn't wait any longer. The brothers knew Saga was in Watery visiting her trailer. Going now was their only chance to do this without hurting her. Ilmo stood up and a crowd of deer masks looked his way. Okay, this is it. The writer is the target. Take him down and it's all over. Only shoot the Fed if you have to. This is our big moment. We watch in the night. The crowd murmured the chant back to him. Ilmo turned his face to the hotel. He could see Saga's partner in the window. Ilmo slapped his brother on the shoulder. The brothers donned their masks. The cult of the tree was ready.
But, as mentioned in the email, is rifle. It takes up almost a full row of inventory space.
That's a good deer.
It's moderately absurd.
Hello.
Hello.
How goes the Alan Wake?
Old people are scary.
Yes, correct. You look at them and then think about your own mortality.
Yeah.
Is this still the nursing home?
This
'Cause
is
it looks
still-
like you transitioned into full hospital.
So this is the wellness center that is adjacent
His
to
arms, his
the
chest
nursing
X-ray.
home.
It was in his left lung. It felt like a black hole, an opening to darkness. He felt like he was drowning. He coughed and coughed and coughed. So hard his whole body and soul felt twisted and mangled, upside down and inside out. With every cough, the black hole grew bigger. It felt good. It tore him up, but it felt good. Gale was dying. The black hole was sucking everything good out of him. He imagined looking through it, into the darkness. The black hole grinned.
Black
Gale
holes
couldn't
shouldn't
escape
do
his
that,
Gravity.
I find.
He worshipped it.
It
Gale
tore him up, but
sacrificed
it
to
felt good. Me ordering
With
fast
blood.
food.
Well, seems like Gale is not having a good. May or may not.
Actually, it sounds like he's having a great time.
Well, yeah,
He's just
okay.
also evil.
That's fair. Rooms I need. Doesn't appear.
So are all of the taken here going to be elderly,
Well, maybe.
just wasting a bunch of retirement home residents?
Also, we have a new enemy type.
Oh no!
It's probably a little difficult to see in the dark here, but they
A
have
cloud of... Oh, that's it. Wait, no, there's the guy.
good,
He's like coming out of a puddle in nothing,
yeah,
and he's reflected.
yes,
That's cool. That guy's a full Silent Hill.
yes.
Alan Wake got way into Silent Hill while he was in the dark place.
You
Came up with some new creature
really
designs.
did.
Read some Junji Ito.
This puddle was made for me.
I like that when he dies, he just suddenly becomes like. Also, can I throw something out there that I think is disappointing?
Oh,
The enemies do not explode and like burn away into light like they used
Need
to
to
when
catch
they
up with
die.
Tor.
that is true.
That was such a cool effect. It was really satisfying when you popped a Taken and light just shot out of their head and they just exploded like a putty. There's some
Oh.
little touches from the first game that I miss when it comes to wasting the Taken.
Yeah. I don't think either of these are super important, other than I guess there's rifle ammo somewhere. And
Well-
also, Vladimir has a creepy crush on Rose.
Never
must have been
fear,
Tor's.
Vlad is here. Also, I think the important thing about that was, hey, Rose apparently just has ammo on her all the time. She's just leaving it everywhere. Ah, old lady.
I don't like the old lady taken
Old lady
face.
jump scare.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I will say that because I'm listening, or watching all of your streams muted,
Mhm.
those jump scares are not effective without the noise alongside them.
Yes. Because I,
When it is muted, it is just this person making a silly face.
the I realized why I was not jumping quite as hard, and then started jumping really hard in this chapter is because on my other save file, I've been playing it in like a Discord kind of hangouty bit, similar to this, but not public, basically. And when I do that, I have to delay the audio because it doesn't. I can't stream it to Discord in quite as real time as I can stream it to YouTube. Whereas, because if I put the audio from the capture card over my computer, it would be all kinds of fucked up.
Mhm.
But yeah, in doing so, I get the face and then the noise, and that's much better than the face and the noise at the same time.
What was that? Where did Tor go?
What on earth do you mean, Saga? Tor is resting in the wellness center. Remember?
What? We both saw him go into the pond.
Rose is having a bad day.
Are you fucking with me? Or is this the story again?
Now. Let's cool it with the language.
She's clearly lying to me.
I feel like her facial animation
Why?
is still like miles beyond a lot of the other characters in a weird way.
Rose
Just feels
wants
way more
Tor to go to the
animated.
pond.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think
Why
it's
is she lying to me?
The secret
She does a lot,
plan for
and it's not
Ellen's
just like facial
survival.
animation. She does a lot more like
The
moving with her
hero
body
Wu
while she
Feng Wake
talks.
has returned.
yes.
I think that's a big part of
We're
it.
all characters in his story. Gee whiz.
I'm not his fucking character. But I
Don't
can
think
use
she's
that
lying,
to
I think
make
she's
Rose
just
stop lying
nuts.
to me. Wake has returned.
Oh, you gotta give her the code word and she activates like a sleeper agent.
Cynthia
might
took
be.
Tor. What happened to her?
When the darkness touches your head, your bookshelf gets shuffled.
I'm not his character,
I put
says
her lamp
main
in the
character of the
shoebox.
story.
What do you call a lamp lady without her lamp?
Is Rose talking about Cynthia or herself? Or both?
All right, lady. I'm gonna
Rose.
tell you your weird catchphrase.
Wake has returned.
Oh my god. You're the hero! You're here to save Alan!
When you get to this part, she makes a very funny noise after you tell her
I
Wake
locked
has
poor
returned.
Alan there after they lost it, and
Uh,
I didn't want you getting hurt.
she's very excited.
Before I forget,
Oh yeah.
Here's the page Wake told me to give you. Oh, and you'll need my keys to get around.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox, the missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. A light bloomed in through the garden window.
The horror story beat me to Tor. I have to rescue
Was
him.
Gale the weird inverse dude you blew away then?
I believe Gale is the weird inverse dude.
Odin will know more.
Saga jabbed the selector on the jukebox, the missing record in its place. Saga couldn't have found it without Odin's help. Standing there, Saga
Yeah, it
felt
is.
exposed, expecting the shadows to come alive.
You're telling me I have to play sick music to get into this overlap? Alright.
Odin had said it was written for her and her mother.
Sweet music written by the old gods of Asgard.
The lamentation of an old man. His heart was broken, sinking into darkness. Odin had said that the song would be a way to know Tor, a way to find him. A light bloomed in through the garden window.
I understand why they do it, but I do kind of wish,
Saga knew what she had to do.
like, the plot relevant manuscript pages are kind of treated like the control, outline stuff, where they hit you, they give you the high points kind of in the game, and then you go in and there's like 5 times as much that they're talking about.
Yeah. I get why they do it, because as bizarre as it sounds, there are people playing this who, like, aren't devouring every scrap of the story.
The page mentions a missing record.
That's fair.
Do you know where it is, Odin?
So it's like, I understand that it's like, look, for people who are just trying to get through this, we're going to give you the highs, and then we're going to move on. That said, you will still have to sit through our entire music.
Yes.
That's going to happen. You don't get out of that. There's no skip musical button.
Also, oh, hey, look, Saga's mother's name is, in fact, Freya, after the F we found, Grandma F.
Leaving with you, even if it broke your grandfather's heart and mine. Listen to the song, Saga. It's all there. Tor only had one record made. He keeps it.
Odin,
in the
your
museum.
neck.
He's got a crazy neck.
He's got a crazy turkey
Say my
warbler.
mom took me away when I was still a baby. Plausible.
Also looks kind of like a sad old version of
Still
Dr.
task.
Octopus from
The
the
record is in the
Spider-Man.
museum.
A little bit.
Tor disappeared into the pond. It's another overlap. Has to be. How do I get inside? Nope. The page says the record will open the overlap. Or is the page predetermining it? Am I just playing into the story?
These are the questions that I don't have the answer to, Saga.
Right.
I feel like it is almost too late for Saga to be wondering about these questions. You are deep in this. Also, I understand that it's actually relevant to the investigation. But there's something incredibly funny to me about a giant conspiracy board with a question of why did Mom leave?
Hey, you know,
I don't know why that cracks me up, but it does. Oh, that manuscript page is dirty. Filthy.
I don't remember which one. I think it's this one. Yeah, I
The
think
Valhalla
I
Nursing
think this is
Home,
new.
founded in 2014 for Odin and Tor Anderson of the Old Gods of Asgard.
Is it not marked as new in the...
for their
It
twilight
should be,
years.
but it wasn't.
Built after the return
Weird.
comeback tour. Flip-flops.
Yeah, I'm not
to
sure
be
which one of
their
those it
farewell
was.
tour. Cut
We
short.
done this? We might have done this.
Canceled.
I feel like we did
As
that
their
one.
Yeah.
agent, Barry Wheeler had managed to coax
Maybe it's the like Tor Bewitched.
No, that was earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen this one.
I don't know. It's a very mysterious page.
Yeah, I don't know. One of those manuscript pages was disgusting. Oh wait, I guess you're in a different chapter now, right? So it wouldn't be it'd be the one in 7?
So they don't.
Or not.
The manuscript pages don't line up to the chapters super well because I found
What?
this one in chapter 5.
Oh, well, I guess technically because you're here multiple times, you can pick it up whenever.
I guess.
But that one was like new. It wasn't there before, and it was there now because it's on the stairs. So I think it might be the one under 7.
No,
Right?
because that we ran into that one with other stuff.
Ah, who cares?
Yeah. Let me actually check this and see if it will tell me. Nope. I don't know. I give up. What are we doing? Oh, we're going to the old Gods of Asgard museum. We can now get to via Rose's key fob. Sorry, I am actually kind of checking again. I did miss it. I really don't know. It's okay.
One of those pages is new.
Yep. Old Gods of Asgard are leaving chaos in their wake as they plow through major U.S. cities. Fun interview where like, yeah, rock and roll. Rock and roll is the ancient language of the soul. R.I.P. Fat Bob Balder. Fat, this man. Anyway,
Angus Remorse.
he unfortunately
This is the one.
seems to be missing a record.
But it's gone.
A one-of-a-kind
Cynthia
record.
has the record. She will tell me where to find it.
Bastards.
The recent patch has added a thing where sometimes selecting clues goes a little funky.
Uh-oh.
It's mostly
Whoa.
fine.
That clue is haunted.
Angus
Yeah, to be fair, all
Remorse
these
is
clues are
missing.
probably haunted.
That's very true.
Our shame becomes the pale horse. Oh, Tor, bro. Tor's love for you is in that song. That's why Cynthia wants it, to ruin him. She made Tor lust after her. We fought one scratching hag years ago. Now he's fallen for another, and we might lose him for good. One less Anderson.
That isn't going to happen. Cynthia has torn the overlap. Angus Remorse is the key to get there. I need to make Cynthia reveal its location.
Right, let's do some profiling on this
Cynthia targeted
freaky
portions
ghost
of-
lady.
Why him?
Deal with the nasty Anderson fellow. His heart was broken. Cancelled. Leaks started appearing. It was too late. Shut her out of her own case.
The Dark Presence is using Cynthia to keep me from talking to Tor. Where is Angus Remorse now?
Beauty is a young girl in love. A rock and roll cliche. The shadows to come.
Cynthia, you look rough.
She really does.
And on of
Probably should have held on to that lamp.
She has the record. I can get it out of her.
Anger's Remorse! Where is it?
Angus Remorse. Where is it, Cynthia?
drowned beneath dark water. Too many hands. The bathroom frightened her.
I will say, knowing that she is literally apparently psychically probing these people, it does, the second angrier request for the thing does make more sense.
Yes. But it is still kind of funny.
The Angus Remorse record is in
It
Cynthia's
is.
room. In her bathtub.
Right.
Although also now that Saga knows that these are legit psychic powers she's apparently using,
A bathtub.
it is pretty rude of her to
pond,
still just jump in people's
lake.
heads.
There's a theme here.
Although to be fair, she has mostly been using it on possessed people since she learned they were real legit psychic powers. And that's fine. Taken have no human rights.
Actually, I guess we've only really psychically profiled for non-taken, and then 7.
Cynthia took the record, and I brought.
Sorry,
it
4
back.
taken and 7 non-taken. I was gonna run out and get a manuscript page because it's one that I do know and is kind of funny. Asked it. The cutscene does kind of start you over here with Rose. But if you actually go on the bridge and not in the water, that's going to kill you. Not going to kill you. I don't know what it does if you step in the water.
I mean, it's not great.
But yeah.
It looks like pretty shit water.
Go back up here, there's a manuscript page.
It's 1988. A face-off between.
I feel like I'm
deities
thinking of,
on
like,
the
Grand Theft
rim
Auto
of
3 or
Cauldron
4
Lake,
who
high
died
above
in
its
deep
dark
water.
waters. Thunder roared.
Maybe Vice
The
City, I'm
old
not sure.
gods facing
Vice City,
something
definitely.
Even more powerful, something harder to define, even, or changing the perspective. Raving lunatics, all
Face off between
caught up in the
deities.
frenzy of shared delusion. The old gods, the corsairs of the Sea of Night, and the Dark One who yearned to stand in between, who had always stood in between, who would soon stand in between. We help you, you stay away from our family, Tor Anderson snarled over the thunder. Yes, until you all come to me, came the answer. That's never gonna happen, shouted Odin. I will take this as collateral. Shall you remember our deal, said the Dark One. Blood arched from Odin's face as he fell to his knees. Lightning hit the dark figure on the cliff, and with that, he was gone. Tor rushed to his brother. Are you alright, bro? Effectively blind in that moment, the eye patch covering his left eye, his hand over the now empty socket of his right, blood oozing out of it. Odin cursed. The bastard took the wrong eye.
I just really like the ending of that.
That's interesting because in the previous game they said that the witch took his eye, or like the hag,
Yes.
but this time it was a male figure. Is that a hum of I know what that's about, but I can't say anything because I played ahead?
It's a hum of I don't know exactly what that's about, but there's a gist of what that may be.
All right.
The hum of oh, there's some stuff that maybe you could link with that, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what we're going for. Anyway, we can talk to Ati. Hello.
Do you
Should
know
always talk to
anything
Ati.
about
That's very
the
true.
Cult of the Tree?
I feel like if you
Yes,
tried to
yes.
profile Ati, he
who
would just
reaches for
do
a
the Odin
spruce
thing and
tree
speak
will
directly to you
stumble
in your
into
head.
a juniper.
Just
Yes.
be like, you could actually just come
Who
talk to me
was
in
one
person.
of them? He has kicked empty. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but I like his shoes.
How did you know Blum was part of the cult?
Oh, Fox never runs out of tricks. He's a crazy man, and he will show his ways. Bloom like to talk.
Great. Thanks, Adi. I believe this is like, isn't this like the painting you find in Control of him? Which would easier to check with him on vacation.
Oh yeah,
or
I believe
something.
that is the exact postcard he sends you from Watery.
Anyway,
Oh, speaking of Control, there was one other thing I forgot to mention that I noticed when I was playing this.
oh,
As Alan, in his second chapter, when you find the murder scene where Nightingale is laid up,
mm-hmm.
and you're in the big underground cave area with the pillars.
Yep.
When you approach, it does the thing where it like overlays a bunch of trees to make it look like a forest.
Yes.
The same thing happens when you're playing as Jesse in Control and you find the foundation of the oldest house. Where you're walking up to find Ati, there's a bunch of stone pillars and it like overlays a scene of trees in a forest.
That's right. I do remember that.
I don't know if that's relevant at all, but it happens.
Yeah, it's true.
Wheeler set up a foundation with the sales of their greatest hits album. He used the cash to build a nursing facility. The old men deserved it. An old manor in Bright Falls. Wheeler hired a contractor to have it refitted as an old folks' care home. At this point, Wheeler felt good about himself. He had a heart of gold.
Ah, typo.
No need
I
to
saw
feel
that.
guilty.
Yep.
Wheeler left the work to the
Second
contractor and
typo.
returned to New York City. He had done his part. It was
Speaking
time
of,
to
there's
take
actually a
the
thing I
lead.
noticed that
The
we're
contractors
gonna
figured out Wheeler
bump
was gone
into
for
real
good.
quick.
They took the money
I
and
think
ran.
I think it's
When the fall
still
rains
available.
came, the lake started appearing.
Also, I like that whoever edited Return here is just a gigantic asshole. Because it's like, here's this nice thing about Barry building a nursing home for the Andersons. And then you can tell someone scratched part of it out and then just goes, well, Wheeler felt good about himself and he left. And then the contractors took all the money and ran. Like, wow, what a dick.
And the roof leaks. It's almost like whoever edited his manuscript was a real asshole.
Yep. I believe it is, it's like you notice some of the stashes are like, oh, the note in this one talks about this. This one talks about this. And then one of the ones just has to be written once we know what note is inside the stash, which is very funny.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, the Hitman thing of, I forget what the name is, but in Hitman there's an item with the description that's just like, hey, this person, write a description, please. Anyway, let's use the key fob to, oh, shit.
No use
Also, I like
crying
the one
in
that mentioned
dark
it's like the
place.
stash was literally
What has
just in the middle
been
of the street.
has gone.
Yep.
But trouble doesn't look like
Yeah,
this.
they,
You can go to the basement and check the generator.
thanks, Adi.
But look out. You can never know in which tree the devil sits.
The basement. Thanks.
Adi. Anyway, I'm sure
Did
there's
the dark
nothing.
place symbol disappear?
Did I don't think so.
I thought there was a dark place symbol on that door right next to Ani.
There
And
was.
now it doesn't look like it's there anymore. Maybe it was just that, like, a weird rendering thing. but when you
The
were
lighting
saying-
is making it funky.
Okay. Because when you were talking to Adi, it looked like there was no symbol on the door, and I was like, what's up with that?
'Cause, yeah, with
But it
the-
might have just been a weird thing with the distance, because...
Yeah, it goes
Yeah, okay, I
away.
see. For some the flashlight makes it disappear at a distance.
Yep.
Okay.
Weird lighting bug.
Yep.
I don't know if we're gonna run into the weird lighting bug I was having last night. I kind of hope we don't, but if it does, then it does.
Yeah. Again, this game, very good, very buggy.
Yes,
I mean, I've played buggier lately, I'm not gonna lie.
that's true.
I've played much buggier, much worse games in my life.
That's very true. Also, here's some more like people to shoot.
Oh, good.
That old person became two old persons.
That old lady coming out of the lake just straight up looked like the Silent Hill nurses.
I can see it.
Was that Splitting Enemy in Undead Nightmare? Or not-
American Nightmare, yes.
American Nightmare.
Yes.
I feel like because I feel like that was a thing from.
It.
All right. The Darkness played the DLC. The fuck was the point of that DLC?
Well, okay. Technically, it's not DLC. It's like a standalone expansion thing.
Okay, yeah, true. I forgot it was like a standalone thing.
And I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know yet. The point was
I thought
that
the whole point was that you stuck an entire projector
Keyfold's no
up
good without power.
Mr. Scratch's asshole and blew him up.
well, clearly it
Seemed
didn't
pretty
work.
definitive.
Anyway, this basement is real spooky.
This basement seems like it sucks.
Also, hey, remember when you were talking about how the most exciting thing to do in video games is to put fuses and things?
Yep. Hell, you have to. Yep. Oh, hey.
Luckily, it's a slight lie there. There's only one fuse we need, but
Okay.
it is just very funny that it just keeps coming up.
I mean, it's a
Wheeler
game
used to
where
be the
light
agent
is
of a
your
manic
main
depressive
tool, so
celebrity
you know,
writer.
fuses
Wake.
make sense.
Wake had various addictions on his back. An on-off death wish. Wheeler
At
had
least
seen
in this game, it is
thing.
thematically appropriate.
Wheeler paid a lot of money for a good shrink. Got himself convinced that all the nightmares he'd seen leading up to Wake drowning himself were just his imagination. PTSD.
I wore Christmas
Nowhere
lights
feels the
because of
creepy shadows
PTSD.
from his sleep. But the Andersons were something else. The nightmares were starting to creep in again. Or maybe it was the drugs in the air. Wheeler hoped it was the drugs. The Andersons were so old. Vampires.
Old
After
people.
every gig and the party that followed, took them weeks to bounce back. And they never did completely. Each time Wheeler expected them to croak.
Here's where we need to put the fuse.
Maybe there are spares nearby.
See, I was playing this like right up to when the stream started. Their fuses locked away because someone Ati healing them. Ati, why do you keep stealing fuses?
Look, man, oldest house needs fuses.
That's very true.
Emmett Elwood had had enough.
Oh, this is a good.
All his life, he'd been surrounded by the same small-minded, impolite, ignorant people in town. Their endless gossip, their nose-picking, chewing food with their mouths open, not washing their hands after visiting the restroom, and touching things. Touching.
These are things that would turn me into a
The
Taken.
world was going to hell. He'd watched day after day
Small town
how
gossip
all the
and
nice things
nose-picking.
in life
Yep.
in Bright Falls were spoiled and ruined forever. There would be a just and terrible reckoning. Emmett had imagined many times how he'd make them pay. He had lovingly tended his anger, made it grow hotter. It was out in the open now. Ugly and slobbering, they reached at him with their unwashed hands. He'd beat them down, beat them until they no longer moved. And then he'd wash his hands with a strong antibacterial disinfectant.
Alan Wake got jokes. He got real good at coming up with just the lamest punchlines at the bottom of every page. Of just, oh, they took the wrong of I, and also I washed my hands, and then I
Murder all these people, then wash your hands very well.
yes.
Cynthia Weaver had always kept her lantern close. Someone in the bathroom with her. In the dark. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed.
Another one that, like, you hit the high points and then go in and there's so much more.
Cynthia Weaver hated being old. She'd been a doer, a fighter. Now the bathroom frightened her, afraid she'd break her hip.
Now, generally
Norman.
speaking, again, you don't want water
Cynthia
in.
had always
Not
kept
that much.
her lantern close.
That's true.
Held the darkness at bay. Oh dear, my lantern. I think I've lost it, Cynthia said. This will put a smile back on your face, my dear, a voice said. A man's voice. Someone in the bathroom with her. In the dark. The light bulb had blown. She meant to replace it days ago. How could she forget? She had slipped getting out of the tub. She lay in the tub now. She lifted her hand. It looked wrong. Too many hands. In a black void with no sense of up or down.
Too many
She was
hands.
underwater. A dark shape pushed her down. Dark water pressed itself into her. She screamed. It came out in bubbles.
Things have not gone well for our resident lamp.
Should have had a lamp.
Really should have. Remind the residents to leave my stuff alone. They hate me. There's quite a bit of stuff here. Like, for example, the House of Zane. Tom Zane and Barbara Jagger were both Finnish, apparently.
Oh, hey.
Rising star compared to the likes of Stanley Kubrick and Ingmar Bergman. On the poets. Building a hotel. Picked out a name, the Ocean View Hotel.
Oh, hey.
Hmm. Yes.
A fuse. Could come in handy.
fun. Well, okay, not yet. There is a thing that's fun involving this. Because the power's out, we can't really do anything.
Power's back on.
But now we can. Let's watch this movie.
Is this something they watch on movie night? That looks just like Casey. What the hell is going on?
Dun, dun, dun. I wish I could read Finnish. I kind of assume Tulosa Pian means like coming soon. That's going to be my guess.
Probably.
But yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. The title of that, by the way, translated to Nightless Nights.
Yes, because they mentioned that
was the
in the
movie
newspaper
Zane
clipping.
made. Okay, I didn't know if they put the Finnish name or whatever.
Well, also, it is the name of the song Ati was singing, Lottery.
Ah.
Seems like it might be vaguely important.
Still, my current insane theory is still that, like, Thomas Zane made Alan Wake wholesale. And that, like, I'm starting to think that if this is somehow connected to, like, the weird organization that they mentioned in Control that was, like, creating altered objects. Like, I'm wondering if it's possible that Thomas Zane was part of that, and that literally he did some weird bullshit via his movies and his weird cult, like his commune they mentioned, to, like, create Cauldron Lake.
I can't answer that question. Not because I know and therefore can't, but because I don't know.
It's still my current theory is that Thomas Zane is a secret asshole behind all of this.
I can't answer that question. I do think Thomas Zane is a bit of a secret asshole, and that might come up in about, 20 minutes.
Okay. It was even in the first game, there was a little bit of assholery to Thomas Zane. Considering that he, like, wrote Cynthia to be crazy obsessed with him, and, like, live out the rest of her life fucking leaving stashes in the woods.
Anyway, Cynthia's room, not looking too hot.
A power station. Everyone needs a hobby, I guess. A lantern. Was Cynthia using it for protection?
Yes.
Did she know about the dark presence?
Also, yes.
I feel like I'm missing some context here. I'm guessing the woman in this photograph was not Cynthia's favorite.
Cynthia still does not like Barbara Jagger.
Oh no. It's really hard to look at Alan Wake without a beard
Towards all
now.
meant
It
huh?
really is.
Oh.
The dark presence uses people's memories, their fears to corrupt them.
Old. They took the angel lamp away from Barbara, or not Barbara, Cynthia. Having a bad time. Creepy Tom Love journal entry. And then Cynthia saying what I've been saying this whole time. What is happening? Ah. So confused.
Still feels connected to all that stuff in Control about the evil organization making
A dam?
objects of power,
Was
and
Cynthia
also
into
one of the
civil
things they
engineering?
did was film a bunch of movies with a video camera.
Another real gross
Cynthia
manuscript
would
page.
Deal with the nasty Anderson fellow, Tor, always poking people with his hammer. He had it coming.
You don't want to find a soiled manuscript page in the toilet, or in front of the
Cynthia
toilet.
Weaver smiled.
You really don't.
Lost without her lantern? Nonsense. Cynthia felt as giddy as a young girl in love. Cynthia had loved Thomas Zane. Tom only had eyes for Barbara. Barbara was bad news. Tom had seen it in the end. Cynthia had been there to comfort him. And when he left, Cynthia waited. Years of waiting. Now Tom had come back to her. They'd be together now. See the world. She'd always dreamed of seeing New York. They were there now in a fancy hotel. She drew a bath. She would become like Barbara. No. Better. She sank into dark water.
You should probably not try to become like Barbara.
Tom and
in
Amos
general.
plotting against him. Cynthia would deal with the nasty Anderson fellow, Tor, always poking people with his hammer. He had it coming. Anything for Tom.
Cynthia was close to someone named
Profile
Thomas
Cynthia
Zane.
again.
Who is he?
Tom was back. Tom had enemies. In a fancy hotel.
An Ocean View hotel, if you mind.
The nightmare started to creep in. Cynthia Weaver smiled.
An old flame. Maybe Tom was taken.
Well, now there's a thought. Oh, no, okay. We are still in, for this section, whenever I'm gonna do the focus light, if we're gonna get a big square, and I don't know why.
Asgard. I need to play it in the jukebox.
It's fine. Lady jump scare. Also, I am gonna use this trauma pack. Also, despite having, you know, Rose's key fob and the power being back, I can't actually unlock my way into that door.
Weird.
Mystery. Where is... Wait, is it... Wait.
Almost like that door is somehow super important.
Maybe. Oh.
Alright, do have a very important question. Can you headshot this enemy on either end?
I don't know. That would be real funny.
That'd be very funny. Cancel Deerfest?
No, never. Brings in too much tourist money.
I really do like that transition from weird double person to normal dead person.
Yes.
Just because it's very seamless.
It is, yeah, it's real good. Okay, let's put the old
Like,
gods-
I'm watching for it.
the way.
I'm watching for it when it happens, and then I don't see it every time.
Also, when you do this, you unlock like every other Old Gods of Asgard song to listen to whenever, including Take Control, which is great.
Okay, nice.
The overlap is at the pond. Fuck. Here we go again.
Kind of wish you just had like an evidence board thing that was just like, oh god, Asgard are fucking sick.
That would be great. Anyway, third overlap. It's here. Crazy bunker. Build underground bunker near Valhalla nursing home. What Pat Maine was talking about when we bumped into him, the nursing home. Sweet Ocean View Hotel and Spa graffiti.
This isn't real.
Also, I don't know if you knew this, but Beware the Drowned Lady.
Fuck
Also,
this place.
Beware the Drowned Lady. Also, yeah, same thing.
Am I going in circles?
Anyway, I do really like this area because it is in fact a crazy loop. Let's go back and it's go back as far as non-Euclidean space.
Always fun.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you were just stuck on the level geometry there, but I'm also going to chalk it up to Nightmare Zone.
But that's stuck on level
This is a very
geometry.
Silent Hill 4 area.
I have not played Silent, so I can't vouch
There's
for
a
that.
place
but-
called there's a place called the Water Prison.
Okay, you know,
This feels like a water prison, if you know what I mean.
I do. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Also, Silent Hill 4, it's probably not worth playing as a whole, but it does have one or two really good bits.
I do have a copy because the price got crazy, and I got it before. I got it for like $15,
Oh,
which seems like the right price for that, considering now it's like 80 to 100.
Square light jump scare.
Yeah, not too. It does seem to just be limited to like this section of the video game, like kind of from collecting the fluid.
Sometimes light just wants to be square.
Hey,
You know?
you know,
Who are you to tell it what to do?
I would really like for it to decide whether it wants to be, you know, a wave or a particle. You know, I don't get that power.
Oh god, if you miss it once, you have to do the whole thing again.
That's how it worked down like 1.
That still sucks.
It
The
is.
wall just disappeared. The light did that?
You've made the wall vanish. Yako made this door appear.
Closer. Destroy it. The only way.
That lady is in fact still dead.
It's a loop.
On a very hard tonal shift.
I need to reach the center.
I don't know if you know this, but with the recent Baldur's Gate patch, they have changed the romance requirements for Lae'zel,
Oh,
which has sadly brought a
Yeah.
screeching halt to all of the
She's here.
6% speedruns.
oh no!
Previously, the world record for 6% was 1 minute
dead
58
end.
seconds.
That's great. Okay.
But now with the new patches, it is significantly more difficult because you no longer just have to get a high enough approval to bang. But apparently, according to the guy who held the world record, he wanted to announce that, quote, "The good news is that the stuff we used for speedrunning bear sex is still untouched. Bear percent still an active category."
Oh, fuck me. Literally.
Alright, that's been your Baldur's Gate update.
Alright. I don't know, I'm mostly just glad. I feel like I had maybe sped through the early parts of the Shadowheart romance real quick, and then, like, after I did that, they patched in the thing that made it slightly harder to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. Honestly, I always found it kind of hilarious how early Lae'zel would jump you. It was just very funny.
you're not wrong.
Every other character was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? You seem okay." And Lae'zel was like,
Well,
"Day one, immediately get in bed."
have some fun. Says,
You explicitly wake up the next morning covered in bruises. It's hilarious. It's like Jack from Mass Effect 2 all over again. Where you ask Morden about potential romances, and for Jack, he's just like, pad the walls.
thanks, Morden.
This certainly is a bunker.
It really is. Bunch of low drawers to open.
I really don't like the amount of drawers you open in this game.
I like them.
It's
when
another one of
there's
those
stuff
things
in
that
them,
always
but
makes me
I
feel like I'm missing things.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like a lot of them just don't
It's like
have
I'm
stuff
constantly
in them.
scanning
It's-
walls for drawers, and then once I see there are drawers, I have to go find out if there's 1 or 2 or potentially 3 different drawers on each segment to open. Then I have to look in them to see if there's anything in each of those drawers. It's just like, it's a lot of needless busy work when you just put an item on a fucking table.
Anyway, I really wish the achievement you got when you collected this item was fuck the government. But it is not. But in related news, fuck the government, I have bolt cutters.
Yeah. I feel like there would be some amount of trouble if they put an achievement called fuck the government.
Probably, but it'd be funny.
Like, that might actually get them in trouble somehow, which is a very dumb thing. But I wouldn't put it past the government.
I can remember the thing to use. It's in this room. Yep, there it is.
Oh man. Hold on, wait. Okay, so you don't don't get the fuck the government achievement for getting them, but what if you use it to break into the FBC compound, and then you get the fuck the government achievement?
Okay, now you're talking.
Because there is a big chain link fence between you and the FBC research lab. So if you have to use the bolt cutters to cut through the chain link fence, you know.
Hey,
I would also accept an achievement that just says, like, we'll take you there.
I think it's called like Final Cut or something, which is,
Sure, I guess.
I guess, it's not as fun as the Koskela brothers, but
What is?
that's the truth.
Also, it will be very funny if you were a federal agent who gets an achievement called Fuck the Government.
I see. That's also why I wanted the achievement to be called "fuck." Maybe like you don't even have to
But
make
also,
it
just
be like
reminds me, found out by the flashlight brightness.
OBS is disconnected.
Still in loading. There we go. Wait, I think we might be... Nope, still loading, still buffering.
OBS is
Hello.
reconnected. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it died for a second.
Yeah,
I think
as
people.
soon as I mentioned the...
more people have
As soon
arrived,
as I mentioned the...
and their phones have
Yes.
connected to the internet and.
okay. As soon as I mentioned how funny it would be to be a federal agent who got that F the government achievement, it immediately crashed.
That's very funny.
So anything you've said since then, I did not hear for the record.
I think the only major thing I said was that it doesn't like you could just make it be dot the government.
Yeah. I was gonna say that it does just make me think of Disco Elysium bit, where you can paint "fuck the police" on the wall, and then Kim just stares at it with you, and he goes, "But we are the police."
I do
You can just
remember that.
answer with, "Yeah, fuck us."
Also a good video game, Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
All right. So what we have here is another boss fight.
This looks like a scene from that movie Ghost Ship. It's a weird pull, I'm sure, but this room looks very similar to a room from the
You
movie
took Tor.
Ghost Ship.
I'm here to take him back.
So
I need to get the lights on to reach him.
what this boss fight is it's like that one bit from the first Amnesia game, but good.
Oh, if you step in the water, bad things happen?
Where something is in the water, kind of chasing after you, and so you have to very quickly drop into the water and then get out of the water.
I can't stay anymore.
While Tor is complaining in the I'm fucked up. Shouldn't have flirted with the crazy lamp lady when she lost her lamp.
It's probably a bad move. Bitch was nuts.
There's supplies that way, but because I needed them on my other playthrough, but because my inventory is super full, we're just gonna go the forward progress way.
I was gonna say, I wonder if you could just drop like a flare in the water that finned it off.
I don't know.
Probably
actually. When I was playing this the other
It
day,
probably wouldn't work, but it would be fun if it did.
in my head, I realized I was going to say, oh, it's like the Killer Croc fight, but it's nothing like the Killer Croc fight from...
I mean, it is similar in that there is something in the water.
There's something in the water, and you can't really fight it at the moment, you just have to run away. I think if you stay in the water, it just, like, starts chasing you. If it catches up to you, I don't think it's an instant death, but it is darn near an instant death. Oh yeah, there it was.
Spush.
Flesh.
I gotta get out of the water.
Whoop. That was a close one. Oops. Oofed it.
Oh no.
But I goofed it on the first one. You don't have to redo any.
That's fine. I'm shocked they did not put this
I'm not
generator
leaving you here,
underwater
Tor.
since we're on a time.
Hold on!
That would be like spooky, but I'm very glad they didn't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm surprised they didn't, but also glad. Because it seems like a thing they would do. But I suppose that would work better if you actually had, like, a way to, like, distract the things. So you could lure it away and then do the thing. Instead, I guess you just gotta run around and activate these generators to, like, drain water. Or
There's
something.
only one generator that we're basically done with the first phase of this boss fight.
Okay. You just gotta get in the middle and hit a button then.
Gotta get back to the middle, hit that button again, and we have put the lights back to the on position.
Yay.
I should have. I wish I could find
apologize to him
a
yourself.
shoebox, because I wouldn't mind
I'm
putting
getting you
on
the hell out of
a
here.
coffee cup charm. But
It's fine.
it's probably fine. I didn't die when I did this the first time. I can do it.
TFP calling his shot. Flawless victory incoming.
Yep. So now we can fight Cynthia. She shoots crazy projectiles at you.
Oh, she's hovering like a crazy Evil Dead witch.
Yep, that's it. And sometimes she shoots water at you. And then she will land on the floor and go a little crazy. Where now we mash the dodge button because she has like a fucking block string. Don't get caught up in the grandma block string.
She's got frame traps.
Really does. Yep.
She's just a witch from Left 4 Dead.
Oh wait, she's dead. Wait, what?
Good
Okay.
job.
When I did this, I had to do that like 3 times. She like became
Okay.
She floated and then would run at you and then float and then run at you.
I'm closer now.
Skill issue.
Feel it.
Yeah.
This time you were just better.
You help me get closer to escaping.
Yes.
Where are you? Is this coming from the dark place when you were still trapped? I have the clicker. We can finish this.
Not the clicker. You can help. You must find it.
I already have it. I can get it to you. But I have to understand.
Like from the
Did you write
cryptic
Logan into the
conversation.
Lad's in danger. I need to get back. I'm writing a story. It's the only way.
Then change the story. If this is the past, if this is you still in the dark place, then you can do that, right? You cannot write her in. She's my daughter, goddammit! Logan is in the story. I can get him to change it. I have the clicker. I'll make him change it now. He had no right to do this to Logan. To my family. Tor,
Oh, fucking hell.
are you okay?
Hey Tor.
Hey, you took your sweet time to come save your grandpa, huh?
Okay, Tor.
Nice attitude. A family trait?
You're right. Sorry. Thanks for helping out an old bastard like me.
That's my job. Now, I've got some questions for you.
Of course you do, sweetie pie. And I got answers.
Yay! Happy end.
Yay.
Also, the chapter song for this chapter is Anger's Remorse by the
there we
Gods of
go.
Asgard.
Nice.
I feel like there might be some hints in this lyrics, so, you know. We're gonna let this play out.
Yeah. OBS, not willing to let this play out.
Really. It is not. Pause.
Oh, well, I'm getting buffering. It might be on my side.
No, it's not. Or,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it is having issues. I feel like that line is pretty key to what's happening. Which I realize doesn't help you, but you'll probably see it when it happens and go.
I'm seeing it.
So who's the liar in the story?
I mean, I feel like the problem here is that there's a good chance that it is multiple people.
You're not
might
wrong.
all also be the same person.
I will say I do from this, and we'll do a little bit of the next Alan section.
Okay.
I do have kind of a thought process.
I mean, I'm totally willing to hear theories, but my current one is still that like some weird shit is going on with the Mr. Scratch angle. I don't think it's nearly as straightforward as it seems.
I agree with that. I almost, in terms of there's a liar in the story, and I've played ahead, but I don't know the answer to this. So this is not me, going, I wonder. No, this is me genuinely going, wonder. I feel like there's going to be something up with Casey.
Oh, okay.
Because in the other section, when you're playing as Alan in that brief chapter when he gets taken into custody by the FBC, he starts freaking out and having the scratch headaches when he's with Casey, and then he stops when Casey vanishes.
I could see that, but he was around Casey for a while. Then like that wasn't happening constantly.
Yeah,
I guess is what makes me question it. Like my thought was honestly, because I'm still kind of the opinion that the Alan you're playing as is like he is either swapping places with or like mentally combined with Mr. Scratch. And I think the headaches of Mr. Scratch's close is literally like to the surface. Like Mr. Scratch is taking over, and then he stopped having the headaches because like Scratch was like receding back into his subconscious.
that was my other idea. But that's my less out there idea compared to.
Yeah. I don't know. I implicitly trust Alex Casey.
I mean, that's fair.
He has bullet time, he can do no wrong.
We have sweet guitar solos.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, one of the reasons that I'm still pretty sure that, like, Alan and Scratch have done a fusion dance without realizing it or something is actually the Old Gods of Asgard song in the musical section.
Of
Because
show
they
me
can't-
the champion of light, and I'll show you the herald of darkness.
Yeah, like, I think they're straight up the same person. It's also, again, Mr. Scratch got blown the fuck up.
Okay?
I feel like if he's back, it can't be as simple as just he's back.
Somehow,
Because much in the same way that Alan can't bullshit the story, I would like to think the Dark Presence also can't just bullshit the story.
somehow Scratch Patine has returned.
Yes. Like, I like to imagine that in order for Scratch to come back in some way, it would have to, like, explain it in a way that makes sense, and maybe that somehow gives Alan a chance to escape.
I wonder
Or
if
some weird shit like that.
I wonder if the Dark Place is like, oh, you beat up my guy, so we're just gonna bring it. Like it's like in Alan Wake 1 where Tom Zane tried to bring back Barbara and it came back wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dark Place
Like, the
also
Dark Place
tried to
cheat.
We need to
and
talk.
that's what like maybe looped Saga in, who's gonna fix it.
Lots for me to explain.
Yeah, like, it gave Alan a chance to be like, well, if you're gonna pull some bullshit, then I'm gonna pull some bullshit.
Yeah.
We can have our talk in your head. You have a room there, right?
How do you know about that?
I'm your grandfather. What don't I know?
Anyway, time to have a nice Mind Place chat with Tor.
About my mind place?
See, this continues my theory
We all
that, like,
have
the way to
power.
actually beat the Dark
Find the
Presence is to change the genre.
Damn right I do.
You're not wrong.
Because
Ordinary
saving
told you
saving
You can
Tor,
gaze into their
like
heads,
keeping the Old
see
Gods of
the truth.
Asgard in play,
See past the
I think
lies.
keeps this from being a
Past this
full downer horror
bullshit
story
horror
like the
story.
Dark Presence wants it to be.
Us Andersons are bound by
And I
it.
feel like that's how you actually win.
You can fight it.
You gotta
Be
keep
the
the comic
story.
relief characters alive.
Make the story.
It's true. I am a seer.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I have
Andersons are not bound by this bullshit horror story. There we
my
go.
mind place
Yep.
is more than I thought it was. This isn't my intuition. I'm seeing their thoughts.
Yeah, embrace your dumb psychic powers,
Is this
Saga.
why I know the truth about
Yeah.
while everyone else forgot. You said you were my grandfather. If that's true, why wasn't I told about you?
You were part of our fucked up family way before this horror stuff.
I also like that it's apparently taken her until now
I
to
was a
realize,
shitty
like, to fully
fucking dad,
embrace this
Freya.
is actually dumb psychic
Your mom
power.
didn't deserve
When
that.
it's like the first thing
Not
you
one
do with
bit.
it in the game, pretty much, is read the thoughts of a
Things were
dead
said and
man.
done.
How you know?
Not a day goes by I haven't regretted it. But that fucking
Part of my
father
psychic
of
reading
yours
class
didn't
at
make things any
Quantico.
easier.
Uh-huh.
I know, Freya.
Also, there's a new
Like, she
mystery.
just chalked it up to having really good intuition.
So I need to apologize to you.
I feel like Freya's
Sorry, son.
husband slash Saga's dad is gonna be something
Mom said she
moderately
didn't want anything to do
important,
with my grandfather. And
but
I
it
think
hasn't
my
come up
father
yet, and
died
I'm still
before I
like,
could remember.
I wonder
Well-
where this is gonna
It
go.
all matches.
So I was gonna say, there is one thing that I wasn't sure about from the original Alan Wake.
Okay.
Because they mentioned that the clicker that Alan had
said you were a
was,
shitty
like,
father to
given
my
to him
mom.
by his mother when he was a child.
Is that
Yes.
why she left?
Freya never
But the
looked
clicker
back.
was cut off of the Angel
My
Lamp, which
girl
belonged to
was
Thomas
strong.
Zane.
Freya
Yes.
always thought our powers had a
So how were
dangerous side.
Alan's mom and Thomas
Odin and
Zane
me
connected?
did fuck with things that should not have been fucked with.
That's a great question that I don't know the
Like,
answer
why would
to.
she have the
She
clicker?
raised
Like,
you
why
well.
would she have the clicker to a
Kept you
lamp that
safe.
belonged to him?
I'm not surprised she didn't tell you about the Anderson power.
She was always protecting me. Whenever I told my mom about my mind place, she called it make-believe. I wish she'd been more honest with me. At least towards the end.
Also, I don't really
Mom
know
wouldn't talk
my
about
my Norse mythology,
You knew him?
so I don't know if
Some doors are
this is
better left
this is continuing to be just a Norse mythology allegory type deal of
bastard.
what Freya's husband would be.
Always thinking too many steps ahead. That's not how we work. There was trouble, and then he was gone. I didn't handle it well. Freya didn't want anything to do with me after that. I can't blame her.
I never knew my dad or my mom's family. So many broken relationships in my past. I won't lose mine. With Logan. With David. I won't stop until they're safe. I have the clicker. Can I use it to save my daughter?
An amp. Get your guitar roaring and your drums crashing. Blow reality's eardrums.
That'd be pretty
Just the
loud.
light switch isn't enough. It's
Could blow
Tom's
reality's
story we're dealing
eardrums.
with, so he's got to be the one to rewrite it. After that's done, he can flick that switch to bring the whole thing home, baby.
I can't use the clicker without Wake. Tom. Meaning Wake. He needs to rewrite the story first. I can't stop the horror story without him.
Also, random fun fact. Freya in Norse mythology has a chariot pulled by cats.
Thanks for telling me this.
That's
Laura.
great.
I need to go find Wake
Not even like,
to stop this.
Like big
tigers
cats.
or some weird shit. Just cats. Like just house cats.
Me and my bro.
Just cats.
Bring
Sure.
the rock when you need it. Remember.
They'll bring the rock.
Your daughter is
I really hope that means there's another section where you do sweet
from you
combat to Old Gods of
bullshit
Asgard.
horror story.
I needed to hear that. Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Tor.
Don't worry about me, kiddo. I'll drag my sorry ass over to Odin. A few shots of the Andersons' finest will fix us both up. See you
I'll just
soon,
put this in
Saga.
Discord.
The FBC is holding Wake at the
Oh, look at that.
I need to make Agent Estes
Also, for the
understand.
record, in
They
Norse
have
mythology,
Wake and I
Freya
have
was
the
married
clicker.
to a dude named
We have
Oder.
to work together to stop this.
ODR.
Okay.
And apparently nobody knows anything about that guy. He just existed.
Do you read me, Casey?
Apparently the most important thing he ever did was go missing.
Where are
So,
you,
you know.
Casey?
Hey, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Focus, Saga. Get to the station. To Wake.
Alright. Maybe we won't hit the point in now. Like, I don't know. There's actually not... There is quite a bit of stuff we can collect now, especially because we now have the... We can say fuck the government, we have bolt cutters. There's a bunch of stuff we can actually get back in both
When Cynthia Weaver was
Bright
downstairs at
Falls
breakfast,
and
Rose snuck into her
Watery
room.
and
With all the
Cauldron.
lamps in the room, it took her a while to
Also-
So
find
it could be
one with an
collectathon
angel.
time.
It could be,
Luckily,
but we are
between
going to do the
that
Alan
could-
Wake
that's
section.
not a bad
clear.
thing.
Rose was certain
okay.
that Cynthia would not miss one lamp.
Anyway, this
She had
this is
to
explaining what happened to the
Tonight,
angel
Rose
lamp.
would put the lamp in a shoebox and let it sink into the garden pond. That's what Alan wanted. That's how she could help him. The thought made her whole body buzz with joy. Cynthia knew the lamp was missing the very moment she came back to her room.
Damn it,
She was
Rose.
overcome by grief. It had been Tom's lamp. One of the
I
few
mean,
things that,
that did
reminded her
help,
of him.
quote
It had
unquote,
not
Alan
worked
get
in a
out of the
long time with the
darkness.
cord severed and the light switch gone. But there are other kinds of lights than the ones we can see. The invisible light of the angel lamp had held Cynthia together all these years. With tears welling in her eyes, she didn't see the shadows shifting in the corners of her room.
Itch my eye.
But yeah, I'm just getting more and more sure that the Alan we are playing as is not necessarily the Alan Wake that we are used to. Which, you know, I could very well be wrong. These games like their twists.
They do.
the writers at Remedy are much smarter.
Also, yeah, they've had, some practice. They've made how many games now?
There's another cult stash.
Oh, this is the one that's a funny trick, because you do the cult stash and then you think, oh, there's the big glowy arrows. But actually, you need to follow the non-glow. The cult's trick. Can't hide from the trees. Also, the rocket flares that will start popping up now, and those are pretty useful. Basically, just like a kind of a Roman candle type flare that you just shoot out and you take and explode with.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Fortunately, I do not have inventory space.
You should really find a
The
shoebox.
true survival horror starts now.
Now, I'm just saying, theoretically, couldn't the protagonist carry a shoebox with them?
I mean,
On a related note, how do you fit an entire hunting rifle inside a shoebox?
see. These are the questions that I don't have the answers to.
Okay.
Anyway. Here's a shoebox. Or no. Not here yet, because we have to turn on the generator. Get real good at action. I said get real good, not blow it on the last one.
You know, blowing it on the last one just gives you more hits to nail it. So,
Yeah.
theoretically.
Make a good point. Now there's all the safe bits.
I feel like you could, like, put up the crossbow and just go on an item collecting spree or something.
That's not a bad idea, but again, mostly like just to kind of keep things on track with what I have done, and therefore can
Oh, right, you want to do the album.
appear to be somewhat competent at video games. As you can tell by the part where when I caught up, I was like 3 hours slower on my first playthrough. Do some Allen bits. I don't think we'll quite make it to where I'd hoped to make it, but on the other hand, it will be a really good start for next time.
Was putting on, but I had no control.
Actually,
over it.
I don't know.
I knew how utterly lost I was. The payphone was ringing again. The mystery caller was back at it.
Alan Wake,
Actually, it might be fun.
you know who I am?
How the fuck could I?
Whoa! There's that famous temper. Lucky thing I'm not a paparazzi.
You keep jerking me around, refusing to tell me who you are.
You remember? You... Oh, fuck me. Alan, listen. remember. Did you visit Parliament Tower? Did you find anything there?
Yeah. Alice is in danger. Scratch is reaching out to her, and there's another manuscript. Not initiation, return. I saw the title page. I don't remember writing it.
Return. Oh man, this is what we're after. The Scratch can't have it. Our survival, the survival of the fucking cosmic everything depends on this. Come to me. Ocean View Hotel. I left my room key for you. It's right there on the payphone. Remember, the dark place works in loops and rituals. If the waves
Loops and
keep pushing you
ritual.
away, you just need to find another way in.
I like
We go with the flow.
I like how many signs there are around Alan at all times that say "Don't write."
You're not wrong.
The Ocean View Hotel. A suspicious invitation to a
There are also a
shady
bunch of
meeting.
really funny ones.
Right on the
Don't
mark of the
spread the
hard-boiled
word.
genre the whole city was built upon.
Need money to buy books. You need help. Good luck. Anyway, we got some fun new posters like this sweet The Cult, an immersive theater experience live at the Ocean View Hotel.
The Ocean View Hotel. My destination.
I also like that the Ocean View Hotel is on 3 Cord Street. That's a good.
Yep.
Ah, shit.
A loop that delivered me
The
back
dark
to the street.
place.
What did the mystery caller said? If the waves
Dark
keep
place,
pushing
be a
you
dick.
away, you just need to find another way in. With only dream logic to lead me to the hotel, I look to the neon signs for guidance.
We can go that way, but before we do that, took me a while to find in my other playthrough. This is another 45 minutes saved. There's a Word of Power just right there.
Well, okay.
Them trauma pads more effective. Got also TV.
Spies are always watching. That's trying to catch me. I think it did more than once. It's stealing from me. Stealing my identity. It wants to be me. Replace me. Twisted version of me. Scratch. Mr. Scratch. It's slithering into the story. Once it's in the story, I have to use it to keep the story true. I have to make the story darker now. But that gives it power. That's bad. I don't want that. But I have no choice. It's Mom's race. I mean, I keep it together. Damn it.
Like having a bad time.
I have to beat the devil at his own game.
That's bad.
The story I was building
There was an
bad.
unsubtitled thing there that for whatever reason,
The dark presence
and
was
the last
only
line was,
step behind.
and I have to beat the devil at his own game. Which, I don't know, I feel like generally speaking, that's a bad move. You should try to beat the devil at your own game and not the devil's own. The devil just beats you at the devil's game.
Well, also because generally speaking, if you're playing the devil's game, you've already fucked up.
That's very true.
With that said, Alan is the poster boy for having already fucked up. So
The cult leader. It's in your eyes.
No! You got the wrong man! It's Scratch! There's no time to lose!
You're going.
man, I love these cards.
Real good.
I also love that the green lights seem to always presage the appearance of Casey.
This is very Max Payne. Oh no, they killed Casey again.
I was dead tired. I just wanted it to be over. It was all my
fault. I'd had this dark place in
Alan,
my
how
head
could
for
you?
so long. Sometimes I'd forget the pain was there. Like it was the way you were supposed to feel. I was not in a dark place. I was the dark place. The source of it all. The vessel. Me and the writer. We were the same.
This place kept pushing me under, getting into my head, poisoning me with darkness. I had to find a way to escape before it was too late. Too late again.
Did I pick up the key? Just wanted to double check and make sure. Also, you know it's a Remedy game. They love them some 665, the neighbor of the beast. But yeah, that was another part of where I was like, I feel like Casey is more important to this story than it seems.
I feel like that's also the case, that Casey is way more important than it seems, but I feel like Casey's on the up and up.
Also, because I was playing this at like 2 in the morning, there was a brief moment where I couldn't tell like where the gunshot came from, and I thought, oh man, am I about to be Alex Casey and do sweet bullet time moves for this section? Then
look, everyone would always like that to be the case.
It's true. There is a... There's not another thing down. Different place. Thought there was one of Breaker's stashes down. I think it's under a different staircase. Not that I'm, preparing for anything, but I'm gonna quick slot that flare gun real quick.
This was the moment to destroy it.
Yeah, the flashlight is back to normal. Yeah, just that one section.
Well, sometimes weird things happen.
Rude. All right. Else, before I get moving forward, it doesn't go in the sweet cardboard too. For some reason, like especially this section on the rooftops with the tube and stuff, remind me a lot of Address Unknown.
I can see that.
The Address Unknown theme park from Max Payne 2.
I hope that, and this is a weird thing to say after a game that's already had an extended musical recap of the first game in the series, I hope at some point this game gets as weird as Max Payne 2's Nightmare sequence.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just all that weird shit going on when you were drugged.
That would be pretty cool. I would be into that. Really, I shouldn't have done that because now I'm just going to dump this extra trauma pad. Get this from here. In fact, can get that from here. Might be missing a word of lamp somewhere, but
I mean, the good thing is that none of the upgrades feel so vital that, like, I would be upset about missing one or two words.
I'd be upset if I missed, like, maybe...
Like, they'd all be nice to have.
All of the words of stuff, just so I could get, you know, I want an extra read slot, bro. But that's just me in life in general, just wants more free slots.
I'm okay with my inventory space, but I could use more hands.
Hey,
Well.
Alan. How's the memory doing?
Sorry, who are you? Kidding. Good to see you, Tim.
You had me going.
All right.
Cozy place you got here.
Up, Tim.
You know, your disappearance from Bright Falls is still the only thing that folks talk
Yeah,
about.
Tim.
Well, that and Deerfest. Is this where you ended up back in 2010?
Tim, why are you
Didn't
still
know
trapped
about
in this
that?
hellhole?
That's a great
I am
question.
the sheriff of Bright Falls. Or I was.
Are you related to Sarah Breaker? She was the sheriff of Bright Falls back in 2010.
Yeah, she's my cousin. I had a police sketch made of Door based on my dreams.
Tim,
I
where's
sent
your
it around,
sister?
and Sarah recognized the face from an old case file from the 80s.
That might come up in a
Moved out
second.
there to look into it and became sheriff after she left to join the feds.
That's where she went.
So Deerfest is still a thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's bigger than ever. You know, I got zapped here right before it was about to happen.
Funny, me too. What was in the case file about
Left to
Door?
join the feds, you say?
Not a lot of details in it. A local
Which,
man named Roland
which
Door
federal
went missing
agency
in
exactly?
Like, eyewitnesses
They
claim
don't
he struck by
say,
a
but
bullet
I
lightning
have a
in his
pretty decent idea of which one.
Yeah.
I never found any official records of a Warland Door living in town or anywhere. None.
Also, Warland Door went missing in 1988, supposedly. Which
Struck by a bolt of lightning.
yeah, oh yeah, I wonder, Uncle Frank would have known more, but he is dead.
So he made the deal with Tor and Odin then?
Maybe. That does seem to be what that's implying.
But Huh, but why would it be him now instead of the hag like they mentioned in the original game?
So I think
Like, who changed
I may
the
have
story to make him?
I may have skipped a manuscript page somewhere, but
Oh, okay.
there's a thing that they talk about how back in 1988 there was a hag that got them into the deal with Door.
Okay.
This may be a thing that I look up, you know, all the collectibles I'm missing after we do this Alan section. Trying down.
Well, it might be that one that you found but we couldn't find. You know?
That is also true. Alright. I'm gonna make the flare gun projectiles bigger, because
that seems like a good idea.
And also, I don't have a shotgun yet. Anyway, the fun puzzle here is that doors are connected based on what lights are lit up at the moment. So now, instead of popping out over there, not helpful to anyone, pop out over here, which is helpful to me. And at the Mirror Peak Bar on the rooftop of the Ocean View Hotel. Buy our new Ocean View cocktail, it says.
I kept expecting Mirror Peak to be more important than it seemed.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of expecting that, but...
Want to drink a lake on the rocks? The Ocean View cocktail. That's a really expensive cocktail, I'm gonna be real.
I mean, just hear me out. You should probably order the shotgun.
That would make sense.
Because what if they just delivered you an actual shotgun instead?
I mean, the shotgun's just...
Think about it. Oh, okay. I assumed that there was a drink called a shotgun, but it was a joke.
There might be a drink called a shotgun. I
feel like it would somehow be weirder if there wasn't a drink called a shotgun.
I need to go empty.
I'm not going to make that joke.
I'm afraid... Wait, what joke?
I'll make that joke after the stream is over. I was briefly inspired by the spirit of Surge.
Oh no. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way back here. Here's where the box is. Oh, yep, there. I don't need a first aid kit on. So...
Yeah, I feel like those are the easiest ones to toss in the shoebox.
Because they take a while to apply, it's not very useful for, like, mid-fight healing, I find. But it is very useful for I am in a bad way and make it back to a shoebox, and then I just, you know, inventory swap a first aid kit into my inventory and then put it back out. Okay, let's actually pick up the shotgun. It's very large. Anyway, I wonder why it wants me to learn about the Ocean View cocktail.
Also, I appreciate that even the Dark Place there was an ad for Mama.
That's very true.
Gave that man the business.
Did.
Eat it, Shadow Man.
The price of the cocktail is the sweet code that gets me to Ocean View Motel. Really do appreciate just how violent barks through doors when you run through them.
Yeah, the shoulder check is extreme.
Anyway, room 665, the neighbor of the beast.
The room was empty except for the projector. More games. Was the film a message waiting to be played?
This is a cutscene that is worth paying some attention to. Not in a, I'm gonna unmute because...
Well, yeah.
But...
Read the subtitles.
It's worth paying some visual attention to for people who aren't... people who can hear me but not hear the stream. If that makes any sense to people not who I'm specifically talking to. This man... Oh, suddenly sure did.
In this temple of shadow and mist, there's a window in the floor and a door in the sea.
Ichiban?
There's no knowing. Am I standing still, or running, or kneeling?
Anyway, I hope you like beardless Alan
You're
Wake.
the one who's been calling me.
I really don't.
Indeed. I'm Tom Zane. Welcome to the House of Zane.
The poet. The diver.
Conversation might seem a little familiar.
You look like me. How the hell?
Or maybe you look like me, you handsome devil. The diver was a beloved character I played in one of my films. I'm a filmmaker, a celebrated auteur.
I need answers. Why is Return so important? What?
Alan, you always get worked up like this. Come on, I'll fix you a drink. You and me, Alan. We're in this together. Two artists collaborating, remember? Crafting the keys to our escape. Your magnum opus, Return, and its companion piece, my film. Sharing our life-altering visions, a melding of higher minds. Dreaming up our transcendental work of art. Here, in this room, in this room, in this room, in this room, in this room.
The minds are definitely higher.
Alan, you're too high.
Return, but because we returned.
Drugs.
I love that line. It's returned because
we
return.
And that is how the magic happened. Enough of this bullshit. Alice is in danger.
Obviously, there's supernatural shenanigans happening, but I would love it if Alan really was just for having so many memory problems because he kept getting fucking drunk. And just going on a fucking bender.
Just reaching for her through an overlap. Return is the key to escaping the dark place. You need to get it before that freak does. There's a murder site here in the hotel. Let the waves of your writing carry you there.
Oh, hello.
They're all to us. If anyone asks, you were never here.
Thomas Zane had ended our talk in what felt like a paranoid fit. I had what I needed from him. There was another murder site in the hotel to guide me further toward my escape. I had to write my way to it.
So yeah, I wonder who that could have.
He ended your talk in a paranoid fit.
It's a great point. But who could that mystery lady who said hello could have possibly have been?
Who knows? Who could say? I'm getting more and more convinced that Thomas Zane is part of that weird, shady organization.
You're not
and
wrong.
that he's on the run from the FBC.
I'm also getting that sense.
Kept me awake at night. The word through the ether. A murder in the backdrop of a play featuring...
It's like the sudden change from Thomas Zane being a filmmaker to... from a poet to a filmmaker.
Looking knowingly
at the same time, Control brought up that weird film thing, that organization.
And their leader.
It's like, wait a second.
Mr. Scratch. Rumored to be Alan Wake, the writer who...
Also, wait, is this another Alex Casey monologue?
Yeah, it is.
Perfect setting for a Casey story.
He stared knowingly
You know,
into
I was
the
gonna
camera.
I was gonna ask how he kept dying and then coming back to continue monologuing, but then I remembered how many times I died playing Max Payne, and you know what? Fair enough, Casey.
Hard game.
I would start at the entrance lobby.
Anyway, I really just wanted to get to that Zane cutscene. There's a save point down in the lobby, and we will
call it there.
Call it there.
All right.
I think there might be one more echo that's just like
the victim, the murderer,
oh yeah,
the detective. An idea, clear as a vision, waited for me here.
Also, we're gonna get the map because that's important.
So you were the director of this play?
Yeah, that's me. Our performance of The Cult was cursed from the pre-show ritual on. The Cult is an immersive theatrical experience.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to walk me through what that means.
Immersive theater. A play where the audience can participate, spread across this hotel. The Cult is a legend. The only written copy of the manuscript lost, the play is passed on as oral tradition between theater companies. Each company only performs it once. The play was said to have special power. You were like kids playing with a Ouija board. And when you call for the devil, he will come.
The pre-show ritual. That's it. Set it up. Start from the beginning.
Before we do that, let's save point and call that a stream.
All right. So, did they just film everything else and then go back and film all of the Zane scenes after fucking Ilkavili had shaved?
That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. Did they Henry Cavill CGI his beard away?
I was thinking about that.
Who can say?
If so, they did a much better job.
That's very true. Oh, that's a big stretch. Anyway, join us next time for figuring out this
More of
murder
this.
mystery at a hotel.
Always
I
fun.
say figuring out, I mean, I guess writing this murder mystery at a hotel.
I mean,
Alan Wake.
Yeah. He's winging it. What else is new?
Yeah. Later.
Bye.